It's time to set up the Xbox Series X. What's up, Gadgeteers? My name is Hector and this is GadgetBeard, and on this channel I unbox and review everyday tech, gadgets, and accessories for you. And in today's video, we're gonna set up the Xbox Series X. Now, when I did the unboxing, I did see that it requires you to download the Xbox app. I do have it here on my Google Pixel 4a. So let's go ahead and power the Xbox on. Now I have the controller here set up. Let me power this bad boy on. Now, quick fun fact, the controller itself, if you had the Xbox Series S, Xbox Series One X, and if you had those rechargeable battery packs, those battery packs will work on the new controller. I do have a battery pack here installed from my Xbox One X, as you can see. It works just fine, so no need to repurchase battery packs. You can go ahead and purchase it. Now, I do wonder if it's rechargeable through the Type-C here, if you can recharge those battery packs through the Type-C. I will keep you guys informed if it is possible or not. So, let's go ahead and back out here. Come on, dude. Where am I going? Now, I don't have a 4K 120 frames per second TV. I do have my TCL right here. My TCL, it is 4K, but it's not 120 frames per second. I think the highest is 60 refresh rate, 60 frames per second, but that's okay. We're going to see if this Xbox Series X looks good on my 4K TV. So we have the Xbox there. Let's go ahead and open up the app. It says set up a console. Let's set up a console. Enter the TV code on your console, but that thing is booting up, or I don't know what it's doing. So let's let the Xbox do its thing and then we'll come back. Oh, there it goes. It's gonna start booting up. And so I do have the Xbox app open, and you see it's letting you know that to download the app, I need to put that code into this here. So let's go. I see only 6 characters. Let's go ahead and put this code in. WJVNB. Boom. Let's connect to the console here. This Xbox Series One. And it says we are connected to the phone, so let's hit next. English, United States, next. Yeah, I'm gonna connect to GadgetBeard, and I'm gonna enter my password. Hit join. This console supports what? Personal what? Personal 2. But your router is using something else. It says something about my router. I don't know what it's talking about. Now it says something about my security protocol won't work. I don't know why it's not letting me connect to my router. Oh, so it finally connected. I don't know what was going on. Let's go instinct on. Let's go next. I don't know what this thing was giving me some kind of hiccup, so I don't know. No barriers. So it's asking you, ask for passkey, lock it down. Let's go ahead and skip that. Enable instinct sign in. Boom, next. Let's turn on the remote features next. Now, so everything is walking through this while the Xbox is actually updating. So it's currently updating, as you can see. Let's hit up next, and then help Xbox experience. Yeah, let's go ahead and send that so we can optimize our experience by letting Xbox monitor your experience here on your Series X. So if you have any bugs and stuff like that, I think they can kink that out by you allowing them to access your data. You don't have to. So this Xbox is in den Xbox, upstairs Xbox, basement, bedroom, living room. I'm gonna create my own. So gadget beard Xbox. And that is the name. Let's go ahead and hit next. Next. Let's go ahead and back this one up. If you want, you can select the console you copy. Do I have a selected console? All done. Boom. And apparently you're set to go. So I am ready to rock and roll. Let's see. It's updating some information here. Remote play, set up a console. Power. Dude, this thing is awesome. So we're gonna let that Xbox update. You do have, I'm on step 2. Step 3 is verifying some information. I don't know what, 57%. So the app portion of it, at first I was experiencing some type of Wi-Fi connection. I am running Google Wi-Fi mesh system, and something about WAP protocol or something like that wasn't quite letting the Xbox connect to the Wi-Fi. Eventually it just pushed through and was able to connect. Be mindful of that, but it did work, so I'm happy. I was getting a little bit frustrated, but with the app I'm basically pretty much done. If I can see, I don't need to use the app. Now what we're waiting for is the console. Now the console is gonna go ahead and boot up. We still got about 71% left. I can't wait to see this. Now the controller, let's talk about the controller a little bit. Very similar to my Xbox One X controller. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the battery packs to the old controller still work on the new one, so no need to buy any new one, but you will have to kind of find a way to charge. The one I had was from Insignia, very cheap. I think you got 2 batteries and this charging station for about $10, $15 at Best Buy. Now what this did was plug into the side of the USB port to my Xbox One X, and it was just neatly on the side. You can put the batteries and charge them. I am gonna have to figure out a way to charge the batteries here if I'm not allowed to charge through the controller. Now if I can plug in my controller via Type-C and charge the battery pack through the controller, that's awesome. No need for me to worry about this charging cable, charging pack. But I wonder if they do make similar ones like this for the new Xbox One. I hope they do. I'm gonna look on Best Buy and I'll let you guys know. But let me know down in the comment section below if you had any issues setting up your Xbox Series X. I know mine at first was kind of a little wonky. It wasn't connecting to my Wi-Fi network. I am running the Google Wi-Fi mesh system, but it looks like we're all done here. Just checking for my settings, and hopefully we'll be up and running in a couple minutes. So super excited about this. Let's get it. And it says welcome. Press and hold to turn on your controller. And it looks like we're powered on. Now that's my gamer tag, famous 559K. Yeah, I'm gonna be changing it to Gadget Beard, so you make sure you follow me on Twitch. It's Gadget Beard, and I am gonna start streaming more video game content. Is this not connecting to the Xbox? Press and hold to turn on your controller. And we're in. Press A. Update controller. Couple updates on initial setup for your Xbox Series X. As expected, usually there is updates. So I did get a notification saying my system update was complete on my mobile device. But this new Xbox app is pretty cool because you can remote gameplay from the app. Of course, if you haven't heard of Game Pass, you can play games via their server. I don't know if there's any current games you can play, but if you're at home and you're on the same network, or if your Xbox is connected or turned on, you can actually remote gameplay from wherever you have a good internet speed connection. Especially now with all these 5G phones, you can take your controller with you at work. If you want to game during your breaks, your lunch, I believe you can do so, and that's pretty awesome. But you do have to have it connected in your house, and I think it does automatically turn on and start running, but it's pretty cool. This controller update is taking forever. Next. So this is where we're gonna set up my TV, keep display at 4K. So we are supported at 4K. Take me home, but it does not, as you can see, boom, we're in. But let's go ahead and check out these TV settings here. And as you can see, this is a cheap TCL TV. I don't mean cheap in quality, just cheap in price. I bought it about a year or so ago. But this is what this TV does not support. It is not a HDMI 2.1, but it does support 4K at 60 hertz. It doesn't support the 120. It supports HDR10 gaming, so that is A+, but not at 120 frames, just 60 frames, I believe. And it says right here, you're watching movies in TV. TV supports 4K 10-bit at 24 hertz, 50 hertz, 60 hertz, HDR10. Does not support Dolby Vision because the TV is incapable of Dolby Vision. And capturing game clips at 4K, screenshots, and HDR. So what seems to be missing is their high refresh rates here, the 120 frames per second, and I believe like that active sync or free sync technology on there, the VRR, the variable refresh rate type of stuff. But hey, this TV is old, but am I going to be able to game? Yes, I am. Maybe later on, as prices drop down, I'll pick up a 4K 120 frames per second TV. I hear there's a lot of issues with that going on right now, so I'm just going to sit back and wait. But that's all we have to do, folks. It really didn't take too long to set up the Xbox Series X. You did it through the mobile, and everything was pretty cool. I want to know if my games, do I have my games on here? Oh, here we go. Here's, and I think these installs are in queue. So you are probably going to have to wait a bit while all these games update and stuff, and your games get set up on here. But as far as you up and running, that's all it takes. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions in regarding the Xbox Series X and a regular 4K TV, this is a TCL 4K TV. From what I see, it looks pretty good. Does not look bad at all. So You don't really have to upgrade right now just because you have a Xbox Series X. This TV is well enough capable, 4K, 60 frames per second. I believe it's going to be able to handle. Keep in mind, not all games will run at 120, especially right now. Eventually, they will all be running that, I believe so, at that frame rate. But if I'm you, I'm going to sit back, wait, let this whole 4K, 120, all these other features that the Xbox have trickle down to these TV manufacturers. There'll be more competition out there, and with more competition, it'll drive down the cost of the TV. You can pick one up for a good price. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.